Straight out of Ngaruawahia, New Zealand, here's Maurieo. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Maurieo Live, number 14, clean. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Maurieo Live, number 14 from our Ngaruawahia studios in Ngaruawahia, New Zealand. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In my background today, I've got a photograph that I encountered during the day. It's well, that was the question. It's a whole flock of tuis. I'll just turn myself off there so that you can have a bit of a look at it. Now, how can I do that? I'm not sure. I think I should be able to turn it off there. Oh, here it is here. So you can see this beautiful picture here of these tuis all on some sort of feeding table there. Beautiful birds. They're starting to come around in more increasing numbers as, well, I don't know. We get a couple, or 3 or 4 in a cherry tree at our place, and they've got a beautiful clear sound, the tui, with the 2 little white bauble things there that they have on their neck. So, yeah, they're a wonderful, beautiful bird. And, yeah, they make lovely sounds around the place that we're all very keen to hear and what have you. So, yes, I'm just seeing I've got a little something there in my green screen that's annoying me. So, here we are on a Saturday night. It's just gone midnight. And we're going to do a live stream for about an hour or so. So yeah, if you're around, drop on in with a comment and that sort of thing, and see what you've got up to, what's going down. So yes, I saw this this photo today, and I thought, oh, that's I don't know, I just enjoyed it. The thing was, we have a beer, a tui beer, Tui East India Pale Ale. It's made down in Mangatanoka, just out of round Ekatahuna, down at the top of the Wairarapa there. And well, it's they came up with these billboards, the tui billboards, where they say, yeah, right, yeah, right. So they say something, and then that's obviously, well, a bit dodgy, and then they say, yeah, right. Like, I can remember a while ago, the guy that sank the cruise liner, some captain, over in the Mediterranean somewhere, I think he said, I think it was, and the cruise liner sunk. I don't know whether there was any lives lost. Well, there may have been a few lives lost, and he made the famous statement, you know, that the captain usually goes down with the ship, but not in this case. He said, oh, no, I tripped and fell in the lifeboat. So on the tui billboard it would have, I tripped and fell in the lifeboat, and then, yeah, right, across the bottom. So the tui bird, yeah, that these here are on the cap of the tui beer. It's sort of a beer like we say in New Zealand. It's world famous in New Zealand, tui beer. As I say, it's an East India Pale Ale. And when I used to drink beer, it was one of my favourite beers. And they have a fair bit of merch as well. They have tui jandals and bags and all sorts of interesting things. I think they even make their own tomato sauce or ketchup, tui mato, I think it's called, that you can have on a pie or something like that. So yeah, so that's my choice of the background, just a little photograph that I came across on Twitter, I think it was, this particular one, and the question was, you know, what do you call a group of tuis like this? And this is a pretty exceptional photo. And they came up with a name like a crate of tuis, I think a crate of tui, or but the one that seemed to be the most popular, which was a hui of tuis. A hui of tuis. The hui here in New Zealand is it's a Maori word, and it's for meeting, or a meeting, a hui. And so a hui of tuis, a meeting of tuis, seemed to fit the bill for most people. But yes, I think that's a bit of a side issue there. So why have I called this one Live 14 Clean? Well, the history of my live streams goes back quite a way, one way and another, and I used to call it Steroid Dad Live. And the reason for that was that every Saturday morning I have in the past taken a dose of steroids, I've lost the name of it now, methylprednisone. It tastes like, well, I can't describe the taste, but it's got a disgusting taste. And I actually encase the pills, it's a little blue pill, I encase it in honey and take it, and that makes it just bearable. But yeah, it's pretty hard to get the taste out of your mouth. Anyway, one of the side effects of these things is that they make me, well, feel a lot really good. So much so that I don't need to sleep. So typically I would take my pill on a Saturday morning and I wouldn't sleep at all Saturday night, or I didn't feel the need to sleep. If I do put my head down, I can go to sleep, but I didn't feel the need to sleep. I'm just going to do a quick check on the chat just to make sure it's going. There, yep, it's going. Moz is in the house, but for some reason, yes, the time conversion, my chat here is not updating in my thing, so I'll just do a little quick fix on that, and just pop out the chat there and see if I can get that to go, to get working over here on my screen here, and we'll see how we go. See if that fixes it. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's good. We've got that up and running. That must be a little process I've got to do. Yes, I saw the time conversion there, Moz. And yeah, you went the wrong way. I thought you guys were. I always. I'm digging myself a hole here. Yeah, we're in the future here in New Zealand. Yeah, in the future a little bit. And yes, a head covered in birds. That's thank you very much. Yes, it does look like a bit of a head dress. Testing. Oh, okay. Yeah, testing. When asked about face. Yes. Base over apex or whatever. That's all right. I knew what you meant. I was very trying to be very careful in the way that I diplomatically pointed that out to you. But yes, I think I did a reasonable job there. So you've been, looks like you've been to a motorcycle show. You've said, I just checking up here. I see, oh yes, oh okay. I have got a, all right. You've got a bike show. I was getting ready for the thing there 10 minutes ago, so I wouldn't have had enough time to show that. So sounds like you've had a good day out on the bike, and maybe travelled up to Maribee. I don't know how far that. Yep, video uploaded. Yeah, I just checked on my second screen there, and up at Maribee. I don't know, how did you travel up there on your bike? Well, I'm guessing. I don't know how far away that is, and yeah, were you a spectator or were you participating? Not sure. Well, obviously, if you were taking photos. Mariba. Okay. All right. Mariba. Okay. Mariba. Sounds Spanish. Yes. Yeah. So you Underlay. Oh dear, we might be getting into dangerous territory there with our efforts at pronunciation. But, well, at least we're trying to get it right. Mariba. So, yeah, I gather you obviously weren't participating because you did a video. So, yeah, and did you? I'm hoping that you went up there on your bike. Oh, okay, 1.5 hours. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not too far. Well, that 1.5 hours, maybe 100 k's away, I suppose. I think you have kilometres in Australia, don't you? So 100 k's, maybe 80 miles. Yeah. Alrighty, so well, it would have been a crappy day over here for a motorbike thing. It was yeah, just drizzly and rainy and quite a chilly wind over here. So yeah, not the best for that sort of thing. But yeah, we managed, got out there and mowed a little bit of lawn and what have you. So, yeah, I was just saying that I've called this one clean because I'm not on my steroids tonight. I'm going to take them tomorrow and see if they can I get a better deal out of them. I might get a bit more of my prep for my classes done on Sunday night, and maybe get my head down a little bit later after this. 85k. Oh yeah, that's one way. So yeah. Oh, that's good. I've often asked the motorbike guys. I've never really got an answer. Well, I've got a couple of guys at work, or one guy in particular that's a motorcycle enthusiast. But I've always wondered, you know, how far. I always imagine that when you're sitting on a bike, you're quite prone there. There's not too much, you know, you can't sort of wiggle your legs about and that. So that I'm always wondered how far you could go, you know, at a time before you've got to sort of stop and have a bit of a break. But I think the guy asked at work, he seemed to think it could go for quite a number of hours. But I see a lot of motorcyclists and that on the, you know, they stop on the side of the, well, at a town or something like that, and have something to eat and a bit of a walk up and down and a coffee, and then they continue on. I've just wondered what the sort of procedure was as to you know, how far you entered each little stage, sort of like the stage coaches, I suppose, of old, changing the horses and what have you. Yeah, I'm really enjoying your I have a fairing and cruise control, can go 3.5 to 4 hours, but after that the body says, say, rest often. Yeah, okay, 3.5 to 4 hours, so that'd be a cut off a fair bit of territory, wouldn't it? So you'd sort of start to get a little bit hungry and want a bit of a rest after that. Okay, and the fairing, I suppose, cuts out a bit of the buffeting and stuff of the wind, makes it a pretty smooth sort of ride. And cruise control, okay, cuts down your you're having to use the accelerator and stuff like that. So back in the day, I could go 900 to 1,000 kilometre. Now the mind is willing, but the body has other ideas. Yes, I know exactly what you mean there. Yes. It's true, not only in regards to motorbikes. There's a lot of other activities as well that would fit into that category. Pretty easily fit into that category. Yes. Ooh. Yeah, the wheels start to fall off. But the mind still thinks well in advance. One of the guys I went away with on the weekend had his birthday, and he okay. Yes, you said that out loud. So loud your keyboard heard it and typed it into the chat. One of the guys I went away with was limping a bit on the trip. It wasn't. He told me I didn't have to walk far because I can't go, but I think it was quite good for him. And he'd had his birthday recently had his birthday at a local place where they have a mechanical bull, and he'd fallen off the mechanical bull a couple of weeks earlier, and was having a few little Achilles problems. Yes, I think only his mind thought that the mechanical bull was a good idea. Yes. So I was just saying that got my little list of topics here to try and keep things moving along. I've called it clean tonight because I'm not on the steroids. I'm going to be taking the steroid tomorrow morning, and hopefully that'll have some interesting effects tomorrow night and into Monday when I'm teaching. But I have quite a light day on Monday, so it'll probably work out quite well. And we can get through that and hopefully get some benefits from it, although I've always been skeptical as to exactly what the benefits of taking it are. But apparently what it is that I have, that's one of the things. Yes, well, yeah, I'm going to, I'll probably go to bed after this. So I was going to go for about an hour or so, or around about an hour, and then off to bed, and then I'm up at 6 or so, and I'll go into the hospital to finish off my infusion, and I'll get, what happens there is I get in, and we sit in a big lazy boy chair, and they hook me up and take my blood pressure a couple of times, and then I sleep for, I sleep for about 4 hours, and then they tell me to go home. So I get a little bit of sleep in there sometimes. Occasionally I I have a dream or something, which means that I know I've pretty much succumbed to the sleep. But yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully the effects have worn off then, but one of the things the steroid does is it seems to it makes me talk. Well, I can talk continuously when I'm on it, and it's I find myself just constantly talking when I do it. So I don't know. They may notice. We'll see what sort of reaction we get. But when they first tried the steroid, well, I mean, one of the ideas that they had was to yes, they'll get twice the learning without any enrollment. Yeah, my class will double. Yeah, that's right. My class will double without any enrollments. Yeah, definitely. And well, the first time they tried it, the idea I think was that they would totally sort of stop my system, my immune system, stop that, and then it would start up afresh. So I went on a course of these pills, 5-day course, and I took them continually for 5 days. And I didn't talk, I didn't sleep for the 5 days. It was there, but I felt, everything was incredibly good. The steroid sort of masks inflammation or something like that, and apparently the doctor reckoned, I reckoned I was cured, but the doctor reckoned I just imagined it. But I don't know how that all worked. But my wife certainly said that in the 5 days that I was on them, I talked to her more. If you only have fibre and live stream, then yes, yeah. Well, it was a while. It was a few years ago. My wife, reckoned I said more in those 5 days than I've said in the whole time we've been married. It was pretty interesting experience. It was a wee bit disappointing because at the time I didn't have much work on, and I could have got another 3 or 4 days worth in, but I sort of had to find other activities to occupy myself. So that was. But now I think they've got a different theory now, and they just pulse them through or something. I'm supposed to have some overall effect on my dexterity and nerves and what have you, but yeah. yeah. I've never done that. I've never I could have. I have got a headlight and that. I had contemplate that, but I've always mowed the lawns during the daylight. In fact, I got a fair bit of lawn mowed 3/7 of the lawn mowed today. I could definitely, the lawns hadn't been done for a while, so I could definitely see where I was going. Whereas later on there, when I was just mowing there, quite often I couldn't see where I'd been, so I just had to guess. But the lawns are looking good. I'm quite looking forward to this year in terms of their quality of the lawn, but we'll see. Yeah. I saw the actually. What did I saw a thing on the radio today. yeah, there was this morning on a we have a farming show, and they had Alan Jones on, the Australian Alan Jones. He must be over. We've just had a test match in Australia-New Zealand test match in Auckland tonight, actually. So he must be over for that because he used to coach the Australian side. And he was having a discussion with that and talking about the drought that, you know, and the effects that was having. And he's obviously a big advocate for it. And I think he said in some parts where he was that it hadn't rained... yeah. It hadn't rained for, if I have a face for radio, yeah, I think we all might be afflicted with that problem. But he said it hadn't rained for 7 years, and he was sort of advocating for the government to declare a state of emergency and all sorts of things. It was quite a bit of an eye-opener, really. He was very vocal on it. It was a farming program, of course, over here. But is that up where you are? Is it in the worst of the drought, or you know, like that? They were suggesting that some parts, you know, hadn't had rain for 7 years, which is a fairly lengthy period of time there. Oh yeah. I have that on my list, Moz, here. Australia's Prime Ministers, and I've been following it a little bit because my sister-in-law is actually an MP, and yeah, so I keep a little bit of an eye on it, and there's been, and I keep a watch on one of the ones over the stuff over here, and one of the memes that was coming through was the memes that was coming through here was for the Australian one. I don't know if you saw it. If you saw it, but it was, oh well, only 3 prime ministers till Christmas, which I thought was quite a bit on the amusing side. But yeah, it's interesting what's going on over there, and the comparisons with here. I was reading a little bit there that you know, that's yeah, I didn't see the actual one. I just saw someone mention it. Oh well, I think thinks that 4 till Christmas, another 4 before Christmas. Yeah. Oh, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's great. It's great that they can have all these fun and games whilst spending your tax dollar. It's awesome. Just what you want to see. Sorry about my spelling. One finger is dyslexic and the other can't spell. Yes. Yeah, yes. I'm trying to think. I had a yeah. I'm trying to think of a good dyslexic one-liner, but they're not coming. I saw one the other day, but I can't can't remember it. There's some good ones about. We'll have to maybe get a few in for Web Crap of the Week. Yeah, Oh, while we're on politics, I don't know. I've got a little one up here that I saw today, and I was going to put it up. I don't know if you've seen it. I thought it was pretty funny actually, but I'm just wondering what's going on there. Hang on, I'll just see. Okay, oh that's all right. Oh, I had it all here ready to go, but yeah, I don't know if you it was one there. Where is it? Oh, perhaps not. I'll try and find it. This one, it's come up quite a lot over here. I don't know. I'll try and put it up on my big screen. It's Donald Trump's press secretary, Sarah Saunders, there, and she's talking to the thing there, talking to the I don't know, can you I don't know whether we can hear that, whether that's coming through. What's happening there? That's the webcam. Oh, this one here's the display capture. I don't know whether the sound's coming through on that or not. Can you hear the sound? Okay, I'll see if I can get the sound going. Yeah, that's going to be... I might be able to. Just trying. No. Okay. Hang on. You might be able to hear it.
Would you rub my feet if I tickled yours?
You're weird. Nah.
Hey, Random Rocket! I'll get it back to the beginning there and see if it's... It's quite funny.
I need a drink.
I don't know, can you hear that?
Okay, idiots, are you ready?
Otherwise I'll have to work on it.
I just can't stand the faces of you people. Those dead, questioning eyes. Dummies don't matter. Credo?
What happens when I scratch a horseradish all over my face?
Now, why would you do this?
Anyway, you can catch it on...
My beard itches pretty bad.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, that's good. So you can hear it now.
I think it's mainly bed bugs.
Okay, you gotta go.
Wait, is this about the bugs?
Yeah, it is. Stank?
Yeah, when is the Roswell?
And you really thought to take your question? You suck.
Hey, the way you talk to me, I mean, do you need to talk?
You get the idea anyway. I captured that during the day, so
It's been a whole
yeah.
hour since Kristen sat on my whistle.
I'll just
I did not sit on
get the sound off on that one.
It's a really important issue, chomp.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, it's coming. I've encountered that at about quite a few different places here today, and watched it a couple of times myself. So yeah, not too bad. Not all in tweets, Moz. Yeah. So how's your week been, Random? The kids all doing what they're supposed to do, and you've had a pretty good week. The young one's growing, I see. That's awesome. And yeah, good to hear from you again from over in Scotland there. Been keeping an. I think a couple of things have come through from your channel this week. So yeah, that's all pretty good. Yeah. So that was one of the little things I just had up there. I don't know if you caught that, Moz, but yeah, it's the bad lip reading people. It's quite well done, I thought. yeah, and most of their stuff is, and yeah, a little bit interesting, but yeah, is not all in tweet. I don't know that she tweets out that much. The Don's been tweeting out a little bit. In fact, when you were talking about the Prime Minister in Australia, there's been a bit of a situation over here in New Zealand where one of our ministers has been, well, sort of sacked and that. And I did think to myself, I wonder what Don would do. What would Donald do in this situation? Because everyone was advising as to what should and shouldn't be done. And that sort of thing. I wondered, you know, the different ones, how they would do things so much differently. Yeah, all good. Yeah, the twittering is spreading. Moz, is that what you? Yeah, well, the whole, I don't know, it all seems to be a shambles at the moment. I guess there's everybody can have their say. Oh, the government upsets. Yes, well, yeah, it just seems to go from one thing to another over here, and a little bit in Aussie, and then when you look overseas, there's all sorts of different little things going on. A bit of fun and games over in the UK there with Mr. Corbyn and what have you. So yeah, very apparently unstable times, but it would appear, you know, on the surface that some of them seem to be, well, particularly some of our ones, just like the Italian government. I haven't been keeping too much abreast of the Italian government. Are they the ones that have the stand-up fights in the house? Or I know our guys. I know our guys are a sword length apart or something, so that they can in the house. But, yeah. Oh no, I think the Italians, haven't the Italians already had one? That I think they've already had a topless model or something, was the a representative there quite a few years ago, I think, from memory. Yeah, and well, about we've had yeah, we've had all sorts. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's, yes. Oh well, it's all legal now apparently. Who knows what we'll get? Yeah. All right. Well, the old politics, it keeps everybody on their toes, that's for real. So yeah, my last weekend, my mystery weekend, went pretty well. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, that's right. kept half the boating population interested. And the other half, yeah, well, who knows? I don't know. Yes, very interesting. I forget what her name was. Well, I think they had a name for her or something. Yeah. But, oh well, that's the way of the world, the way it goes. So I don't know whether you saw my my students with their tennis ball launches, but got one guy there. He's did a pneumatic one, and he got the tennis ball to go out 91 meters, 91 meters with this blow up one there, and he's actually developing it to use it for surf casting, so that he can throw his line out. He said that they've got some of them that are going 200 to 300 meters, we'll say meters, and out there. So it's apparently they're available after. Yeah, it did. Oh, he's actually he's a guy from up from the mines. He's trained in the mines as a fitter and turner up in Huntley. Yeah, he trained up there, and now he's retraining just to get a bit of engineering, you know, just to get a degree in engineering, so that he'll go into design and stuff. So yeah, he's been into the hunting and fishing shop, I think, and I see he might have a bit of a market for them. That's right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, but she she had a nickname, didn't she? I can't remember. It was sort of a, you know, colloquial name as well. Yeah. Wonder if she. I wonder if her vote pulling is as good now as it was 20 years ago. Yeah, it did, and yeah, it's looking quite promising. So he was telling me that what they do is they get a like the barrel, they get a can of like V or something, you know, like a, I don't know if you have V over there. It's an energy drink. And you put all your bait and a bit of burley and everything in there, and and with a bit of water, and then freeze it, and then you put that in your chili bin, and when you go fishing, you take it out of the can and slide it down the barrel and fire it out, and that takes the line and everything out. So yeah, could be some developments there. There are ones available, but they're overseas ones, a bit hard to get in or something like that. So a lot of guys make their own, and he was thinking of making a few locally. There's ones that you can do with hairspray and a spark plug, you know, with a combustible material, but none of the shops will touch those because I think, one, they come under the Firearms Act or something, and yeah, and they're a little bit yeah, problematical in that regard, in terms of safety and things like that. So that was quite a good outcome from that there. He's done quite a good job. He's got an aluminium barrel on it, which will be quite interesting. So yeah, be pretty awesome. Looking forward to. Hope it goes somewhere. That'd be great. So yeah, and yep, web crap of the week this week. I see you had a reasonable contribution there, Moz, which was good. Good to see. My favourite one was definitely the one with the whales. I sort of referred to that one quite a few times during the week. I'll just put it up now. That's not working. I'll have to okay, yeah, no, it it went quite high, the ball, actually. The ball went, yeah, pretty high. So I can move that, actually. I'll put it over there. There, so, yeah, the ball went very high. Yeah, so was it the low trajectory? I don't know, would have got into the windows. But, yeah, we were getting into that sort of territory. I think they pumped it up for the last one to around about 140 psi, I think. So, yeah, that was good. But I did like this one about the whales here. Any parts for a 2003 Chevy Blazer? I thought was quite a good one. Yeah, that was. I loved that. It was awesome. Amazing what you can find on the around the net and what have you. So yes, and oh, and this one here. I don't know if you're a bicyclist, but I thought I got that off a Facebook page of a mate of mine. Well, one of my Facebook friends, a guy I went to school with, and yeah, I thought that was reasonably well done. Except, of course, if you're a extreme cyclist enthusiast. But oh right, yeah. I almost used that one for the cover. Well, I thought once I got to it for the cover, but yeah, you like guys showing a bit of initiative and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit funny. Yeah, no, yeah, that one was a beauty as well. And well, I don't know if I've got any preliminary ones here for this week. I'll have to see. I got one I got. Oh, yeah, nothing too famous. There, just this little one here. Perhaps I can. Oh, you can see that. Though I walk through the shadow of death, I fear no evil. I've seen that one around before. In fact, I might have even had it on. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's amazing what comes up during the week. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I just a little thing. Yeah. Oh, I've seen that one around before. I'll put that in so you won't know when it's coming, Moz. You won't know when it's coming. All right, I better try and get back to my what have I got here? Oh yeah, there we go. Alrighty. So yeah, we got Random Rocket that came in tonight, but no other takers. I'm going to go live again tomorrow night, maybe around 9ish. I told a few of my students I would say it might be past their bedtimes, or they're probably just heading out for town to help the local economy. Just being sarcastic, did I tell you that? That is what, yes, I had heard that sarcasm was one of your skills. I did wonder how you charged for it. Did you charge by the comment, or, you know, was it a sort of a surcharge? Yeah, consulting. There's a guy over here called Sam Ovens who reckons he's making millions out of consulting, and all right, and a bonus. Buy one, get 6 free or something. And he's all about consulting. I sort of, he puts out a video. I watched it. Well, I've got so many messages from him. I think he's one of these guys that you know, makes his money by selling his idea to someone else, but he doesn't actually do any consult. I don't know how it all works. He tells me he's a millionaire, but I've had about 106 last chances to buy his video. I'm wondering when he's going to give up. Although I haven't heard from him for a few weeks just yet, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So yeah, I had a little my second cup of bubble tea. I don't know. yeah. Oh yeah. Person that takes the watch off your wrist and tells you the time. Yeah. Yeah, I heard a story. I remember a joke about the consultant, and he was driving. Well, it was the back blocks of New Zealand. I hope I can remember it. And he said, and he was travelling through the road, and there was a flock of sheep, you know, being driven down the road, and so he had to stop. And anyway, he saw the farmer, and he said to you know, he started talking to him, and he said if I can he said to him, if I can tell you how many sheep you've got there, you know, will you give me one of them? And the farmer said, oh yeah, okay. So the consultant you know, got out and got out his phone and a drone and a thing like that, and his GPS, and he did a whole lot of calculations, and he said, oh, you've got 493 there. And the farmer said, oh, that's dead right. And and the consultant said, oh, well, said, I'll take one of your sheep then, you see. So he putting it in, and the farmer said to him, well, hang on a minute. He said, it's only fair that you know, that I get a chance to, you know, get it back. He says, I've maybe given the game away there, but the farmer said, if I can tell you what your job is, will you, you know, we'll call it quits. And the guy said, oh, okay. And he says, well, the farmer says, well, yeah. He said, you're a consultant. He said, you told me you told me something. You came along, told me something I already knew about something that you knew absolutely nothing about, and then charged me an exorbitant price for it. And the guy says, yeah, I am a consultant. That's right. And the farmer says, yeah, and put my dog back. Which, sorry, I might have I made a bit of a balls of that, but yeah, I think you can get the gist of where it was going. I must revisit that one and have another look at it, but yes. Sort of perhaps I should have stopped with your one, but yeah, that's not how things roll usually. Alrighty, so 54 minutes. I'll go for the hour, and yes, I was just seeing what I've got written up here. Oh, did you on Where What Who, did you catch up with Felix Graf von Luckner? I don't know if you had a chance to read the Wikipedia thing about him, but he actually spent a bit of time in Australia. I think he left Germany and jumped ship in Australia and spent a few years, well, a few months there, doing all sorts of things. He sounded like an interesting character, and then he was actually interned, or he was captured, I think, and he was a prisoner of war in New Zealand, and then escaped somehow, and then went off. But he captured 14 ships or something. You know, was able to find 14 ships or capture them somehow, with only the loss of one life. Apparently, that was his big thing. So, bit of an interesting guy. And then he went back to Germany. Yeah, no, it was. It was good. Yeah, WT's back in his, in his original form. Yeah, he got the one, I got that was the one, yeah. Tonight's one, yeah, it's quite an interesting one as well. But, we'll leave that one for a little bit later on. I think so, yes. I think he was the tiger, yes. I don't know what was, I saw the Tiger RFC come in, and I looked it up, and it's a football club in, rugby football club in Scotland. So I sort of thought it was him, and then I thought, oh no, but then but it was. I'm pretty sure it was, because he was he had another name before WT as well. I don't know. It might have been before I started the Where, What, Who one. No, I don't know whether... No, the captain and WT existed at the same time. I don't know whether he was both of them or there was actually a captain. No, there was one before that as well. I can't think what it was now. But it was on the vlog one earlier on. I forget what. Oh, I'd have to go back and have a look. I don't know. Yes, it was. I'm trying to think what it was, but yeah, it's sort of escaped me now. I don't know what's behind all that, because pretty sure I first encountered him at I don't know if you've ever been. There's a live cam at Jackson Hole in the States, and it goes 24/7, and then there's a chat associated with that. And I think that's when I first met him there, I think, and we sort of got talking. So I'm not quite sure what I forget what persona he was there, but yes, it's a bit elusive there, but I'm pretty sure he was the tiger. Man of many hats. Yes, definitely. Yes. All right. Well, that's my hour coming up. So I think I'll call it a night there. It's enough time for you to have a cup of tea and get into bed before midnight, and me to well, get my head down. It's great to catch up with you again. I always have fun. I always enjoy the thing. I should maybe try and do a maybe something in Google Hangouts where we can go to and fro, but we'll see. We'll maybe see how that goes. So great to hear from you, and thanks very much for your continued support and what have you. Yeah. Now that would, yeah, well, because you're using the OBS, I think, so you may be able to swap stories, and yeah, we'll see. I'll work on it. I'll let you know. All good. So I'm going to wind her up now, go to the end screen. Cheers. See you. See if you can guess who the next Prime Minister's going to be. See you.